Hello everybody, Happy New Year's. My friend Piva's in the house, guys. One of the top rating shows when Matt came. We're celebrating New Year's tonight, guys. This is JoeyTLive, Life Talk, episode 20. How you doing, Matt? How's everything going?
Good. Happy to be back from the holidays.
Yeah? What'd you do in the holidays?
Went to Ottawa, caught the Bruins and Sens, a little shit kick in there, which was always nice to see. And then went to Montreal for a night, and that was it.
That's not bad.
Headed back to the cold weather here.
Okay, well, your Bruins are doing great. I'm not too happy about that. We'll get into the Bruins little stretch run over here in a bit. Going to go through our sponsors, guys. Please share and like the show. Tonight's sponsors are from Joey.Tomaselli at DenovaGroup.ca. For all your mortgage needs, 416-553-5639. We got OTR Meals, food delivery service. Feel great, look great, guys. Me and Matt, we live off it, we eat off it, we look fantastic because of it. We got Vivo Transport Limited, warehousing company, 5 locations across Toronto. Call Timo 1-800-299-1253. Metalogics, they buy and sell scrap metal. It's www.metalogics.ca. Ask for Nikki. And by Jesse and Joe Realtor Group. Guys, again, my phone number here is 416-534-9851. That's the hotline if you want to talk to Robin and Batman. He has to be Robin. It's my show, but sometimes I will make him Batman. Guys, call in, ask any questions you want. We're going to go over the last 6 games. Peeve, I know you're not a huge Leaf fan, but goddamn it, your knowledge of hockey is majestic. So that's why you're here. And I had my highest rating show when you were here because you look fantastic. Perfect. Again.
Beautiful. I did my hair today too.
I know, I see that. Last time you had the hat, people didn't know who you were. They didn't know
I
if
got
you were
chirps and I look like fucking Kessel.
I don't understand that. You look 10 times better than that salami. But we'll get into that in a bit. Let's go over the last 6 games. First game was a 7-4 victory over Arizona. We knew Mateo was going to have a big game in Arizona.
Yeah.
What do you think? A boy from Arizona going back into that stadium, playing in front of his hometown. How do you think Mateo felt?
I mean, it's definitely nerve-wracking, but it was his second game back, correct? Played there the first year.
He had an assist. This game, he did that little, I don't know, what do you call that? A wrist shot?
Call that a hoopty-doopty toe drag spink.
yeah, I use that at the nightclubs. Like, that's like when the ladies don't expect it and you throw him a good line, that's exactly like his shot. It's not a Wendell Clark snapper.
It's nowhere near a Wendell Clark snapper. I don't know.
Can you compare it to anybody, Matt?
Honestly, it's
different.
There's a couple guys in the league that can fire the puck. I mean, he's lefty, pulls it up from the outside. These normally got their stick there. He's got about 6 inches of room, and he just pulls it and just knows where to put it. Goalies don't know what's coming.
You know, he nutmegs people too when he takes that shot. Like it's
he'll either pull it around their stick, outside their shin pads, or he'll just go between their legs. But I mean, for the goalie to react to that, it's nearly impossible, especially when it's coming off his twig.
But where do you practice that in Arizona? Against the cactuses?
Like, yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's just something that you're born with. I know he works. What the hell's the guy's name in the summer?
That skater guy who taught him how to skate with beautiful hair?
Yeah, that guy's hair is beautiful.
Majestic, yeah.
No, Belfry. I've seen him. He was at the Villages this summer working on just kind of little plays like that, working off the half wall. He's a pretty good hockey guy. He trains a lot of guys in the show, but he's definitely showing them a thing or two, that's for sure.
No, he's got a release like Dave Chappelle. Like it's unbelievable the way he uses the defenseman like a blind date, and then he leaves her there at the door. I don't understand it, but they won that game 7-4. Marlowe had a big night, 3 points. Mitchie, your buddy, had 3 points.
Yeah.
Nylander starting to get going. He had 2 points. Next game was in Colorado. Now, Beav, I always hear this stuff about the air in Colorado.
Yeah, it's true.
Is it that bad?
Yeah,
they got to go there a day early to breathe?
They do. It's the elevation's crazy, and that's why I'm sure, like even when I was in Italy, I think we were like 11,000 feet above sea level, you know, and teams would come there, and your game plan is just to pounce on them early. You know, it's go in the first period, try to take them out of the game early. But it's the oxygen level. It's tough to breathe, right? And those guys are used to it at that point.
So you think Colorado's actually used to that air?
100%.
Even though they're traveling back and forth, when they come back, they got the oxygen tank and they're normal.
Yeah.
McKinnon's breathing a lot better than say Nylander. I don't understand that.
It's funny when you say it like that, but it's definitely It's
Wow.
definitely true.
I always thought it was
played in
bullshit.
that elevation. It's definitely different. You definitely notice.
Well, I elevate my game every time I go out to a high level, but I've never played in Colorado, so
Definitely like going to a nightclub in Denver.
you know what? I guess I must have to have an Advil before I walked in for all the
Exactly.
altitude being changed. Well, they lost that game 4-3 in a shootout. JVR, Polak, and Martin with the goal scorers. JVR tied it up late. How do you feel about the 3-on-3? I love watching 3-on-3. I think it's crazy. I think, speaking about McKinnon, the best 3-on-3 I've seen was at the World Cup. When it was Sweden versus North America.
Yeah.
That showcase 3-on-3. McKinnon actually iced the game on Lundqvist. They lost that game 4-3. Next game was on New Year's Eve. Man, Las Vegas looks fantastic.
That's got to be obviously the story of the year.
It has to be the story of the decade. They have all the leftovers.
I love it. I love it.
They're a fast
That's
team.
a Moneyball team, Oakland A's.
Unbelievable. What do they got? Like their best player is James Neal, which is probably
If that, well, I'd give even Marchessault.
Oh, great player too. Yes.
But guys like Prawn are stepping up.
Subban and that, who
Subban,
couldn't make
Fleury.
an NHL team for the last 4 or 5 years.
The guy from the Bruins. Bruins had him too.
They did have him, but
No,
with the
not
draft.
not Subban. The other forward. He's got a brother too. Oh God, I can't even think of his name right now.
Do you think Las Vegas though is going to go to the playoffs?
I think it's a given. Yeah, are they going to make a run? I don't know. They
They're-
do got.
They're at 58 points right now, Pivo. That's a lot of
I
points.
think preseason. I think like Bet365 and stuff. It was over like 64 points. They almost beat that before the All Star
my
break.
God, I would have never thought this. I thought Vegas was gonna. I thought it was a terrible idea. I always said, imagine me and you playing for the Vegas team. We would never make a practice. We'd be like Iverson, practice.
I think the guys at the beginning of the year they kind of flushed it out of their system, but I mean now it's just another day there. But their home record's pretty impressive.
The crowd's pretty hyped too.
Oh,
You
it's
would think they don't know
beautiful.
nothing about
Yeah.
hockey.
That's probably the best things Bettman done in the last 20 years. That's for
I
sure.
would have to agree with you. I thought it was a stupid idea to bring in a team
Yeah.
to Las Vegas.
No,
When
it's-
Quebec is jonesing for a team, you got teams in Canada that you could put on, and you go to Vegas. I'm thinking, what the hell are you going to do that for? No one appreciates hockey in the States, and you're going to go to Vegas. Like, you would think a football, baseball team, or a basketball team would get there before a hockey team. But they smoked the Leafs 6-3. The game was not even close. They were rushing up and down the ice. It didn't even look fair. Leafs came out flat. Next game, I was actually at this game, Piva. 2-0 loss to Tampa Bay Lightning. Kucherov and Stamkos. I always thought Stamkos was the man on that team. To me, it looks
he's
like
passed the torch.
I think Kucherov is top 2, top 3 players in the world. They're comparing him to McGillney. I think he's a little bit better than McGillney.
I think he's better than McGilley too. He plays with that chip. He
Big
plays
time.
it. He plays a Canadian game with the Russian talent. But even that team though, Vasilevsky, like that's a standard win when he's in net. You know he's giving you your 30
You think
saves.
they lose
One-
Bishop, Piva, and they're going to go down in goaltending, but
No, they went up
Bishop
big
was
time.
hurt the last couple times. They went far in the playoffs anyways, and he stepped right in. They almost beat Chicago.
That's what Stevie White does.
Stevie Y's
a winner.
genius. Everywhere he goes, he wins.
He
And
wins.
Tampa Bay, I know Marner, your buddy, and my buddy too, even though he doesn't know who I am. He had a couple great chances.
He was buzzing that game.
Oh, he was buzzing. Like, I'm telling you, he scores that game on those 3 rushes. Totally different game. Tampa took over, 2-0 win. You know what? They are the best team in the NHL, and they're probably the
reason,
favorites
yeah.
to win the cup. So I didn't expect the Leafs to win that game, but they did
They
show
competed,
up.
yeah. They battled. They battled.
they-
Babcock, even in his presser, he was happy with the outcome. I mean, you obviously want to leave the rink with 2 points, but when you're playing a team,
With that talent, the defense.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
the defender they got for Drouin, Montreal?
Sergachev.
Wow. What-
See you later.
Oh, Bergeron, whatever it is,
Bergevin.
Bergevin, no
Don't
disrespect to
call it Bergeron,
Bergeron from your
jeez.
Boston Bruins. That guy should be fired. He should be working at Costco. There's no reason that guy gets rid of PK, gets an aging Weber, who's still a great hockey player.
Yeah, he's really found a way to screw up that.
He really destroyed it. Thank you, actually, whatever your name is, the Big B. You really stink. They lost 2-0. Leafs lost against Tampa. Then San Jose comes to town, Piva. San Jose, for some reason, always beats us. But I think once Kaji ripped off Big Joe's beard,
Yeah, I
which
forgot.
I've never seen in my life,
I
brother.
forgot about that.
That beard has been all over the internet, making memes, floating in space. I couldn't believe he ripped
wanted a
off
piece of that.
a beaver tail like it was nothing.
He's gone up. Sorry, he's gone up in my books too, big time.
Which
I know.
one?
I know Naz from junior and whatnot, and you know he had a tough go with Wilson when he first broke into the league.
Wilson
and,
did not like him.
and I think Babs really turned his game around. But He's gained a lot of respect from me, that's for sure. I'm sure from a lot of other guys in the league. He's done he's done his fair share, that's for sure.
Would you even say, this might sound stupid because you got Bergeron from the Bruins? Would you put him, Kadri, in a Selke conversation? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Until Bergeron decides to retire, I agree.
Yeah.
Then you got guys like Datsuk are not there no more. Is Kadri better? No. But I know that Babcock said.
Well, who's in that category anyway?
I'd still give it.
Is that like Ryan O'Reilly?
Riley, Bergeron, and I really don't see anyone else that could take away from Kopitar. Yes, absolutely. He's having actually a bounce back year. Great player.
Good for him.
Oh, he's getting $8 to $9 million a year. He's got to produce. Actually, we got Janina saying, "Looking good, guys." Well, we thank you. We already knew that. But hi, guys, from Dublin, Ireland. We got fans in Ireland. That's what happens when you come on the show. You're like Pitbull. You're Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
You know. So okay, let's get back to the San Jose. We won 3-2 in a shootout. Goal scorers are Matthews and Kadri. Matthews is starting to heat up. Kadri finally scored 14th goal of the year. Next game was a huge victory against Vancouver. I really thought they were going to lose that game. It was 2-0 for the longest time. Hyman, I gave a nice slipper pass to Mateo.
Yep.
Mateo slides across the ice like Patrick Swayze after he scores. And then we had Bozak with, I think, an NHL 94 Sega goal. Take a shot on that, get the rebound, score.
That was a good goal. I like that. I like those guys.
Really nice.
Yeah.
They go in a shootout. They win that game. So kind of up and down in the last 6 games. The Leafs now are 25-16-2 with 52 points. Tied with Boston. They're 14 points up in Montreal. The thing with Boston and Toronto, they do not have to worry about the wild card race because they're going to finish in the top 3 in their division. Do you see Montreal 14 points behind catching Boston or Toronto?
I don't, but like we talked last time, they have the best player in the world.
That save he made in Tampa, did you see that?
I did.
I
felt like if I had that puck, I put it in. I don't know. He was trying to delay, but you can't outweigh these guys.
You got to snap it home.
It's got to be on your stick, off your stick. But I mean, the save was made, and like we said last time we were talking, he's probably the only player in the league that can single-handedly
win a game on his own.
That's
Absolutely.
it, right? So you can never count them out. I mean, they are falling behind. I think that's
14 points is tough.
They're junk, but he's phenomenal.
I don't see their offense. Like you said, don't get me wrong. Price, could he go on a 5-game winning streak on 100%. His own? Yes, he can. But the way Boston's playing, they're coming out of nowhere and they're having a great They have 4 games in hand on the Buds.
Yeah. They're
going to the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says, and so are the Leafs. So I do not see Montreal. I think Boston and Toronto are going to flip-flop throughout the year. I don't think
I can see that being a first round.
100%. It's going to be a first round.
We're still going to do the show?
I might have to get a bigger table. I might let you sit outside for that one and put the microphone in your chest like when I work at Goldie and talk to you that way. But I do not see Montreal catching those 2 hot teams right now. They got too much firepower up front.
Yeah, they're playing good hockey.
And let's not say that Rask and Anderson are that much worse than Price. They're not as good.
No,
but
they're not on that level, but I mean, they're still elite goalies.
So that's what I mean. I still think those 2 guys are going to go in. Tomorrow, the Leafs play against Columbus. Wednesday versus Ottawa. Let's give some respect to the World Juniors. What did you feel about that tournament? They won the gold against Sweden. How did you feel about that outdoor game against the USA?
You know what? I liked it. It's something different. It's a first of its class. I mean, the conditions were pretty wild.
A little brutal. I saw the puck stopping.
Oh, it's standard. But I mean, it's 2 teams.
That camera angle was too close to the ice. I couldn't really see anything. It felt like the rink, midget should have played on that rink. That's the way it looked.
It did look small. The camera angles, I agree with you there. The conditions are the conditions. I mean, that's old school hockey, right? Both teams are playing with the same conditions, but I thought Canada played a lot better when it was snowing. That's for sure. And then the snow went away. They kind of took their foot off the pedal and see you later.
They had a 2-goal lead just like they did last year, and they just can't beat the States for some reason. I think the States, if there wasn't Olympics right now, imagine that lineup with you got Brock Lesnar on Vancouver, you got Mateo, you got Kane, you got Kessel, you got Eichel. That would be a scary team to face in the Olympics right now. In a knockout stage, I would not want to play the States.
Even their tenders are still fine.
Absolutely.
They got Quick,
who's top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
You got the guy from Columbus, the defenseman, Jack, what's his name, Jones?
Jack Johnson.
Johnson, sorry. And
Seth Jones.
Seth Jones. That guy's fantastic. But their forwards, I think, could fly with anyone in the world right now.
For sure.
100%. Who do you start? If you're Tortorella, who's your first line on the States right now? If you
right now, you got to go Eichel, Kane. Matthews.
Oh, wow, that line
On the back end,
that
you would
line
go-
would get me dizzy.
On the back end, I mean, there's a couple different options. I'd put McAvoy up there, that's for sure.
Oh my God, that's a dirty lineup
Yeah.
right there. You could even go a second line, Johnny Hockey, Phil Kessel.
Oh, I forgot about Phil.
You could throw. Probably wouldn't make the team because that tweet he did a couple years ago to him when he wrote, "I should be doing something right now."
I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, he was
I
eating
remember
a
that.
pizza anyway, so at that point he was probably hungry. But that's a scary team. I'm pissed off that the Olympics are not here because even Russia, you got a line of Kucherov, Ovi. You got
Even guys like
Tarasenko.
Kovalchuk, like
Kovalchuk will
there's-
come back.
yeah,
You know,
for
Datsuk
sure.
would still play because he
100%.
loves his country and he would come back.
You'd have Sergachev on the back end. You'd have they got a lot of talent. Too.
Great talent. I'm kind of pissed off about that, but you know what? The Olympics are not here this year. Are you going to watch Olympic hockey? You probably could play in the Canadian tag
Yeah.
team right now. I put you on the third line. 100%.
I was hoping that Bob Nicholson came to watch.
But
my
who are
men's
they going to
league.
have on this team? Explain it to me. Like this goes back.
It's more like the Spengler Cup team, right?
Oh, I can't stand that. See, '94 was the last time amateurs were in the Olympics when Lindros and Carrera were on that team. And they lost in the shootout. I believe Forsberg did that
Sweden,
goal.
yeah.
That was on every stamp in Sweden, but they didn't have a full team. But '98 we lost to Nagano, and then the Olympics started taking over from there with actual NHL players.
I mean, it should be interesting. It's definitely not as exciting, but
No, would you watch it?
I mean, it depends.
I gotta have nothing to do to watch that. No, like I mean, like
I watched the Spengler Cup this year.
Was
I
it
had
good?
a couple. Yeah, I had a couple buddies that were playing there.
Okay,
guys
if
like,
you
yeah,
know
Christian
somebody,
Thomas
for
and,
sure.
and some of the guys that I know were on there. So it's kind of cool. But I mean, the talent in the Olympics when you got these guys playing for world championships, I don't know.
I'd rather watch you play ball hockey in your driveway and then go watch the Spangler Club. No disrespect to any of your friends. I see guys like who used to play in the Leafs at Speedster. He was on that team.
Bears.
No, he was a forward, and then he went to Calgary after. A very fast guy. I forget his name right now at the moment. He's on that team. It's a couple leftovers that can't make the show right now. But
yeah,
again,
good Europe players, good European players.
big ice. I don't know.
It's a different game, that's for sure. But I mean, you can't compare the Olympics with and without NHL players.
Nah, you need NHL players, and I know Ovechkin tried to scare the NHL.
I thought he was going to pull it off.
Yeah, you know what? 10 million reasons Washington told him to shut your mouth and know your role and win
I
a
know.
playoff
I feel
series.
like he don't do it for the money.
I don't say he does it for the money, but like when you're paying someone $10 million and you can't get out of the second round, and Ovi's he's a legend.
Yeah.
He can't leave for 2-3 weeks, and sponsorship and the owner.
Yeah,
and
I
he
agree
could
with
slide
that.
in the standings.
I could see Putin giving him more than $10 million to go play.
Oh,
But
Putin will probably give him half the country, but
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So that's a shame. How did you feel about that kid throwing his silver medal in the crowd?
you know what? I have mixed emotions about that still.
He's actually pretty cool for doing it.
He is like it shows his demeanor about losing, which is always something you want. But at the end of the day, like it's World Jays. That's what every
Some people are
junior
saying
player.
it's going to affect his scouts looking at
100,
him.
oh, that for sure. But I mean, some people look at it like, this kid's a
He has
winner, he doesn't
passion.
want to lose, he has passion, blah, blah, blah. Like, he throws his medal in the stands, his coach goes to hug him. Like, I mean, I'm a coach. If I was coaching World Jays and we, lost to Canada, the best team in the world, and I saw one of my players throw his medal, I probably would have gave him a Ric Flair across the chest.
Oh, no. If my dad saw me throw a
Oh,
medal or a
geez, my
trophy
dad
in the
would-
crowd, a nice Macho Man elbow to the
Yeah.
temple.
But I mean, even like the country as a whole, like, how about that beauty that got it though? The 3 jerseys on. Takes off the
don't
U.S.
get-
with
but
the
was that
U.S.
set up though? That was kind of weird. Like
know.
you're telling me,
That'd be
the
tough.
17 Janoons in the crowd, this guy's got 53 jerseys from Super Play Sports, just happened to be underneath his pecs, and he keeps slipping them off.
And then he's
I'm
got
like,
the Sweden one.
underneath.
Did he have to
underneath.
give that medal back?
I think if I have 14 jerseys, how hot was he during that game? First of all, second
must
of
have been
all,
buckled.
that had to be set up. Come on, you're telling me this guy's got 14 jerseys on?
And he was the one guy out of 18,000 people that caught this.
He
medal.
caught this thing, and at the end, he looked like such a G with his last jersey under that total pole, whatever the hell he had, was a Sweden jersey, out of all things. Unbelievable.
I loved it. But
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was
in
sick.
the hockey aspect, I mean, as a teammate, as a coach, as a country, I'd be pretty effing pissed. I'd be pretty effing pissed. That's for sure.
I don't think his teammates would give a shit because it was 1-1 with, 2 minutes left?
It is, but I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Jojo, a silver medal is a silver medal at double IHF. Like,
100%.
that's a double IHF medal. That's something that you're proud of. Even with the broads, those guys cherish that stuff for the rest of their life. It's in their nose cantina. You know what I mean? That's something that doesn't leave you. And the second he put it on, he just ripped it off.
Ripped it right off.
God.
Like, it was funny.
And John
to
Travolta
see.
caught it. What a beauty.
Travolta caught it. He was crying. And I know the announcers ripped him an ass right apart, and it was unbelievable to see. I thought it was going to be the States of Canada. That's the finals I wanted to see. I wanted to see redemption for that outdoor game.
Yeah.
Did they lose against Sweden? I didn't catch that game. How did the States lose in the semifinals? Who did they lose to?
They lost to,
I believe, Sweden. If Sweden went to the final.
Yeah, Sweden beat them. Canada beat Czech, Canada beat Czech. U.S. or Sweden beat U.S.
They got that one player on the States. He's such a great player.
I can't pronounce his name.
It's a W or something like that. Winweiser.
Worcester sauce.
Worship the sauce. Worship from Game of Thrones. That guy scored a goal in the tournament.
Yeah, he went back. He went forehand, backhand, cut to the net, pulled it around. That's the guy. No, what's his name? He's a draft pick too.
He's going to the show, 100%. That guy's
he's a great player.
I don't know.
I like the Pedersen from Sweden. I thought he was my favorite player in the tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
mean,
and there's so many players from Canada caught my eye.
Who's the first overall guy this year from Sweden? D-man, Dahlin?
Dahlin, something like that. Yeah, he's going first. You think?
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. He's a stud.
So who do you think is going to get him? A Buffalo? They have the best chance of getting him, or Arizona?
Exactly. I mean, the chances are the chances. The lotteries. Look at last year. That lottery was pretty wild.
That was, I don't know, these lotteries, NBA, NHL, I think they're all fixed.
They should, yeah.
You go back to when Pittsburgh was about to go bankrupt at 30 teams, they get Crosby Newts. Next year they get Malkin. Their whole franchise changes in 1 year.
Yeah, they're not close to bankruptcy anymore.
Not no more. And Marcy Magnifique owns 30% of that. So, I'm going to give our boy, our fake talk show host here, I'm just going to call him Piva. I think he needs to hear what he has to say. How do you feel about your Bruins right now?
Whew. I'd say they're the hottest team in the league right now. Rask is 10-0 in the last 10. They've been firing on all cylinders, that's for sure. Reminds me of the 2011 squad, just better, younger and better.
I don't want to hear that, but they don't got Sagan nowhere. That's all I got to say.
And they don't got Timmy T.
Timmy T.
Shout out to Mike Holmes.
That guy with that helmet. Timmy T had a helmet from the 80s, and he really stole the show in Game 7. One of the most unorthodox goalies I've ever seen in my life. Won a Stanley Cup, but he got the job done.
Yeah, refused to go. He was the first one to start that refusal of the White House too.
Was he? He was. Yeah. Wow. And that was when, imagine if Trump was here and he won in 2017. There's our fake co-host there. But do you think a Boston team, your team, can go far in the playoffs?
I mean, they got the team for it. Again, I compare them to the 2011 run when they won. You replace like their horses on the back end, Seidenberg and some of these guys, and you got your Krug now and McAvoy and I mean Char's a little bit more aged, and same with Bergeron and Krejci and these guys. But
Marchand's still a stud.
Marchand's a stud.
He's a great freaking player. When he plays in the first line,
I mean, even Bergeron, you think he's on the downfall, and he just puts in 4 and 1 last night.
Best face-off man in the league, best penalty killer.
So I mean, to make a run, you need luck. You need to be healthy. You need all your horses to be running. But you know what I mean? They're beating a lot of good teams over the last little bit. So I mean, in the East, I can't see too many teams putting a halt to them. I mean, Washington struggles to get out of the first round.
I don't see Washington lost a couple of good players. I think Tampa, you're right.
Boston, Tampa. But then again, Boston plays Tampa well.
Leafs play Boston first round. A good team's going home right off the bat.
Exactly.
You got on the other side, I'm not sure who's going to be on the other side. You're going to probably have,
you're always going to have your, I mean, even the Rangers. I mean, the Kings turned around. Lundqvist has turned his game around.
Oh, he always does. I'm never worried about Lundqvist.
But even them, their depth scares me. You need depth to make runs, right?
Absolutely. Nash is not what he used to be. He's a good player.
I mean, when you have Zibanejad and Zuccarello as your go-to guys,
it's not enough.
So those two names.
You're right. I think it's between. If the season ended today, Pittsburgh wouldn't even be in the playoffs. First of all,
yeah, that three-peat. You could kiss that goodbye.
I think you're going to have to kiss that goodbye. I think Crosby's going to have something to say before that happens, though, because he's still the best player in the world. Mind you, he's got 42 points and I believe in 41 games. That looks like a bad season for Crosby, but he's going to end up with his 82 points. And I would hate to play them in the first round as a wild card team because look what happened last year when Columbus had the best record and Pittsburgh walked in and beat them.
Yeah, everybody forgets about regular season.
Playoffs are a different animal. If you had to put money, someone gave you $100,000 today, who are you picking to win the cup? And I know you're a fan favorite of Boston. I love the Leafs.
Honestly, it's...
I'm going Tampa Bay, and
You know what? I think St. Louis is going to make a run this year.
St. Louis.
I love that team. I love that team.
I
Just
know.
the blue collar.
They're the Washington of the West, though.
I know, but I feel like this year's something different. I feel like this year, you know, their big boys are coming out. Yeah, St. Louis for the West for me. I mean, even teams like Chicago, like you can never count on Chicago.
Chicago again. If the season
never
ended today, imagine
never can count on
Pittsburgh
Chicago.
and Chicago not in the playoffs
Yeah.
today. That's like me and you not getting.
Nashville, I think their one-hit wonder was done. Vanilla Ice style.
Oh no, I don't think they're going to go to the Stanley
Yeah.
Cup. They were picked to win the cup by some specialist. They ain't winning no cup
I
this year.
heard Fisher's old lady over there got a couple stitches to the face, 50 stitches. Carrie Underwood. Poor
What did
girl.
he do? He didn't like her song?
No.
Her song on the radio? That's not right. He shouldn't be.
I know, I heard that. I think I saw it on Instagram.
And he's
50
retired
stitches,
too, right?
Yeah, 50
That's
stitches
what
across
happens.
the face.
And these hockey players got nothing to do on
Nothing to
Saturday
do.
night. They high stick their wives. That's
2, 5, and
terrible.
a 10.
I
She
got
probably
two-
got one for diving.
I got 2 older sisters. Fisher, if you're listening, if you did that to my sister, I'd give you a figure for you. Never forget and break your leg in half. Okay? And you should never touch a woman, Fisher. Your last name is Fisher. I wouldn't trust you anyways with that last name. Okay, guys, we got John Paul Pears. Matty Rearviews, what's up? I'm not sure who that is.
That's
but
a good buddy of mine.
Good buddy of
Oh,
yours?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
like his
he's a-
name,
yeah.
John Paul. He's like the singer, but
Yeah.
he's got Paris in the
Patty,
background.
yeah.
So he's like a model slash R&B singer.
Oh, he's beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful
He's
guy.
a big Packers fan. Shout out to the Packers.
And what is the Matty Review?
It's an inside joke.
It's when you drive, you got both your windows and everything.
Exactly.
Your
Head's
mirrors.
always on a swivel.
That's fantastic. I had neck surgery, so I can't agree with you on that. So that's pretty good. Well, welcome John Paul to the show. Guys, we're doing fantastic. Why don't you give Ralph another fake text? I know he hasn't called. Do you also
Maybe
see,
he doesn't have service.
do you see Kucherov winning the scoring title right now? Because he's
Yeah,
up
what is he, up 10? Up 10?
6-7 points on Stamkos.
Oh, I thought it was up more.
No, he's only 6-7 on Stammer, and I think he's going to run away with it. I don't think. How about Edmonton Oilers? Do you see them making the playoffs?
I feel bad for them.
I
really do feel bad for them.
I think the coach is going to get fired. I think
Him or Chiarelli, one of them.
They tuned him out.
Hey,
Ralphie Che,
Hey,
what's going on, buddy? How are you?
good. Am I getting on with to call my buddy?
No, you're on. You could call the show, but you're on the show right now, Ralph. I'm paying you $10,000 an episode. You've been on twice.
I've been on twice and Diva States the Thunder, bro. We have a contract splitting.
Definitely is, Ralph. We wanted to ask you a question. We went over the last 6 games. How'd you feel about the outdoor game versus States in the snow there?
Oh wow, that's a rough one. You know what? Diva knows better than all of us. You never, ever play in that kind of conditions. Like you don't play in those conditions. Period.
Well, just to go against what you said, Piva actually loved the game. I didn't like it. I thought it was dangerous for the kids when the puck's stopping. You're going 40 kilometers by the puck. I thought it was a little bit crazy. And it is what it is, Ralph. But how'd you feel about even the Swedish player throwing his silver medal into the crowd like it was Bon Jovi at a concert?
Imagine that was Silvio Mike.
No, Ralph, I know you couldn't be watching us live. Me and Piva said our fathers would have kicked us with a skate across the throat like we were Millarchuk on the Buffalo Sabres and would have opened us up like a can of worms. Like this kid thought he thought he was Apollo Creed, and he just throws it in the crowd. But me and Piva, the one thing we didn't understand, never mind the kid who's probably going to be working out of Becker's in 3 weeks. I'm talking about that guy in the crowd that had 64 jerseys on, Ralph Che. And the last jersey was a Sweden jersey. You're telling me, can you believe that?
Oh, boy, that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Michael took a picture, sent it to me, bro. I was crying. I go, is this real?
Do you think that was set up, Ralph? 97 jerseys, 99 problems, and a Sweden jersey ain't one. The guy takes it off, and he's got the last jersey over his pecs is a Swedish jersey, and he's got a silver medal over his chest. Give me a break. That's like me going to a nightclub with you. You keep on taking off my dress shirts to support everyone in the crowd. The last one I got a V-neck, which I always wear. It doesn't make sense, Ralph.
No, 100% was done on purpose. You can tell, like, if they knew either way. If he said to his buddy, listen, if we're not capturing gold here, guess what this medal's with over your neck. And that's what he did.
That's the conversation they had before the game.
100%. Look how he tossed the medal. Are you kidding?
Unbelievable.
$2,500 like that.
Quick question I have for you too, Ralph. Do you see any potential future stars in that Canada team? I don't mean to sound rude. I didn't see any player that jumped out at me and be like, he's going to be a star player in the next 3-4 years.
No, not at all.
Maybe Mete.
No, Mete, people knows. Mete is he's a great kid, hard work, incredible skater. He's just one of those kids. But, hey, doesn't this remind you of that squad
It was just a 4-line running on
Regular
all,
team.
exactly. You know what? They're all stars on their junior clubs. When they go there, they got to put their egos aside. Everybody checks himself at the door, and that's it, right? The coach just kind of structured the 4 lines to be pretty even. I mean, they had a pretty good peeper. Their first unit power play was pretty solid.
Corey Hart's son? What was the kid's name? Matt Hart? What was his name?
Bret Hart.
Bret
the
Hart's
Hitman.
son? Yeah. But you remember, even that team that the McDavid played on, they had the captain who's now in the NHL. He's on the 5th line in Calgary. What was his name? He didn't do much. No, he went to Ottawa first. He was the captain of that team with Domi and all those stars. Lazar. That guy was supposed to be a leader, and he's on the 7th line in Calgary right now. So it's hard to say when you see him on Team Canada.
Yeah, well, look at Everly. Everly's still making 7.5 because of his World Juniors.
100% scoring a goal 3 seconds up.
He's still getting paid from that World Juniors. Who's that?
What about your buddy Cody Hodgson? Does he play hockey anymore?
Yeah.
He was a great player.
Yeah, he was a World Jays guy too.
Had a couple good years in Buffalo, and just that's it. It just shows you that the league's hard to stay in. It's really tough.
It's easy getting there. It's hard to stay.
But you look at every team, people like, honest to God, you ask people, look at the kids that are coming up. You look at every country. Like these kids can all flat out play.
Oh, they're good.
Oh no, it's getting more.
It's just the development now. Like you look like even some of these other teams like the Swedes, the Finns, like
Americans.
Yeah, Americans are Americans, but their development program has changed, and I think it was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I want to say Brett Sutter. They kind of tore him a new a-hole because he was kind of chirping the Canadian hockey program, saying it's too many X and O's, it's too many this, and they kind of backlashed them. But he's right. He's like, look at these teams, these Russians, the Swedes, the Finns, like they're so talented.
No,
they're so talented that Canadian hockey kind of looks away from that, and you know they want to do all the X and O's and the systems and the this and the that. Like, okay, you have the best players in the world, hands down, obviously, but they've gotten away from that whole skill set, and these other countries have picked it up, and Canada's definitely not the most skilled team in that tournament.
Oh no, not at all. You can tell.
They're probably like 3rd, 4th most skilled team.
You can tell, but they play the Canadian way, which is obviously
and mind you, they have the best players in the world, so the pot to pick from is a lot easier.
I'm telling you, these Americans coming up. You had that kid that scored that goal. What was his name again, Ralph? The kid that danced around. What was his name?
Middlestat?
Yeah,
that's
Middlestat.
it.
That
What did we
kid.
say? Worcester.
I didn't know what his name was. That kid could flat out play.
He's a
Ralph,
big boy too.
I asked Piva if you were on the Olympic team and you told Tortorella your zeal to take a hike and you put the first line together for the States. Piva went Kaner, Mateo, and Eichel was your first line. Who would you, Ralph, put the first line if you were the coach of the Olympic team if they were going to the actual Olympics, the NHL players?
I swear to God, I agree with people 100%. That's exactly it there.
I mean, it's got that top 3 is kind of a no-brainer, right?
Oh, that's a dirty line.
But then again, you look and you say, okay, who would you put for Canada? You go what? McDavid, Crosby,
And Marchand. That's what I would go. Right off the bat,
Like,
that'd be my which is a scary line. But imagine Mateo and Kaner. Do you even touch that puck? Like, those guys are like the big guys in NHL hockey Nintendo 10 years ago. You can't get the puck off.
Hey, that you know what? Now that you think about it, Kaner setting up Matthews.
Oh my! Or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then
Kaner's changed his game though.
never mind. Why don't you just put Eichel on the second line and put Johnny Hockey on that line, and you really will start. My neck would break. Ralph, you put those 3 guys, the stick handling between Mateo, Johnny Hockey, and that shootout goal last week. That was so stupid. I didn't even know what the hell he did.
What, that flicker?
He got a little Datsuk in him.
He got lucky there though, because that puck might have went backwards. But regardless, as a ref, you give
him that freaking goal.
You're just trying that shit.
Like, I would definitely, or how about even a line like, we all hate his guts, but put a Kaner, put a Mateo at center, and Kessel on the right side.
No, Kessel can't play with them.
You don't think he could play?
Kessel, like he can still play. Don't get me wrong, he's still got a wicked snapper. But I mean, that
underrated passer. I hate his guts, but he's an underrated passer.
He's I don't know if he could play with them. That's for sure.
You think it's too much for him?
Way too much. You got to let the kids play with the kids.
We're missing a good American player for some reason.
JR.
JVR?
No, JR. Jeremy Roenick. Oof.
Oh no, I'm talking about right now. JR is one of my favorite all time.
Love that.
But there's another forward that we're missing that could be in the top 6.
You have Matt Kachuk.
Nah, but not that deadly.
Nah,
Good
he's not
player.
Olympics.
He's
He's not
probably a
Olympics
third,
hero.
fourth line, but there's another forward that I'm forgetting. It's Johnny Hockey, Eichel, Kane, Mateo. Who's
Joe
that?
Pavelski.
Pavelski, yeah.
Pavelski's all right, and then you got Pavelski, great player from San Jose. He was on that line with JVR and Kessel. They caused a mess the last Olympics, that's for sure. So I think those are a good
I'm
top
trying to
six.
think here. I can't think.
There's one more player we're missing that's a good American
We're
forward.
missing a stud American player. Go down the list. Start from the top. You got who's in St. Louis that we're missing? That's American.
Ah, it's driving me nuts. There's Brock Lesnar over there. That's another player.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brock Besser, Vancouver.
And Brock Lesnar could play, and that guy, for some reason, he doesn't look scary. Then he shoots the puck. He looks like Brett Hall. It
He's
doesn't
got a
make
cannon.
sense. He's got a cannon.
What does he have? He's got what,
He's got
20 something
goals.
snips?
He's
Wow.
got 22 snips. He's a hairdresser,
Yeah.
and he's got
He
22
has
goals.
beautiful hair too, no?
Beautiful hair. Him and Mateo were talking together.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's got beautiful hair.
You know, you could put.
Hey, did you guys see that rocket last night? That's okay, didn't count.
Off the crossbar post, the crossbar, they thought it was a goal and the game was done. I saw that. He reminds me a lot of Brett Hall. He's not a fast guy. He doesn't look scary, but you give him space,
Yeah.
he's going to make you
You
pay.
know it's over.
22 goals for a team that has so much injuries. He's one hell of
And
a
he's
player.
what? He's a 97, 98?
He's the same age as Matthews.
He's at 98, Pete.
Yeah,
So
he's,
Matthews is what? Matthews is
20.
a late 98.
yeah, because he was born
He went in
January
the
2nd.
Strom-Marner draft. Marner's a 97. Strom's a 97. McDavid's what? McDavid's a 97 too.
Yeah, McDavid went first in that draft.
First, second was
Eichel. Third was
Strome.
Stroll, Marner, which was a steal at 4. And then, where did Brock Lesnar go?
No, Lesnar went the following year with Matthews.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
he was a steal in the draft.
He was. Well,
He's-
what would Vancouver have picked? Top 10, I'm assuming.
I would think they were not. Maybe he even went 13, 14, Ralph. So I'm not sure. That kid could flat out play. He almost beat the Leafs by himself last night.
Yeah, he's that good. It's just the people. I don't know if he's running on adrenaline for the rest of the year. That's what's got.
No, but Ralph, the way he shoots the puck, I don't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt. The way he shoots that puck, it's not adrenaline. That he's not skating by you with natural speed. He's picking his spots and he's picking corners. Like all 22 of his goals, they're all picked.
And he's got nothing to play with.
Nothing. Junk
He's
right
got
now.
nothing to play there.
Yeah,
Travis,
you guys are right. He went in the 15 draft, 23rd overall, boys.
that's a freaking
No,
steal.
he didn't go in the 2015 draft, no.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. You got the
2015?
Yeah, you said it, Pete. You said the 15. He went 15.
15th
Went
in the
15 draft.
15th draft. That's what,
Remember
3
he was-
years
Yeah, it's
ago.
already been 3 years since McDavid's been in the league. That's right.
And
It's
you
his
know what?
third year.
He was in. And you know what? Hey, Joey, I want to ask you about that too.
No, what drafted Liney? Oh, Liney went second with the Matthews draft.
Matthews
yeah,
was
yeah,
next
yeah.
year after that.
Yeah.
16.
You're on.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. No, and then the 7.
Yeah, 16 was his first year, 17,
Yep.
and then 18. Because remember, they get
Who went
drafted
first
in
in the
June.
17?
17 was
This
that
year.
kid from New Jersey Devils.
Oh, Heischer and
Yeah.
okay. Now I got the drafts in order.
Well,
Heischer and then second
it's
was
crazy
the
because
Philly
we're in
guy.
2018 right now, and life is
Yeah.
fake right now. And I'm living in Liberty Village again. What are you gonna do, you know, guys?
That happens.
Well, Ralphie Che, it's good to have you on again. Where are you off to
Oh,
now?
man. I honest to God, guys, I gotta eat. I'm starving. Joy's at Yorkville. I love you guys. Joe, I'll probably come down to your house when I'm done.
Okay.
Um,
I got a better chance of working the power play with Mateo, but whatever makes you happy, you know what I mean? It's good to have you on the show. I
Oh,
think
look,
this
yeah.
nucleus, Ralph, we got Piva here now. Piva.
Oshi's one of them. Look.
Oshie, that's
yeah,
another
TJ
player.
Oshie,
Thank
yeah.
you, Anthony Galuzzo, with a nice line. Oshie, another
Patches,
player.
I wouldn't say him. He's
Pacioretty, I think
can't
his voice
stand
makes me
him.
sick,
no,
and
Patch is done, boys.
his interviews are even worse. I hate his
Oh, and
interviews.
and he's a fake wop. Did you just Rafa dropped the eye when he came to Canada to the States?
I hate
Oh, I
Pacioretty.
can't stand
I
him.
can't stand his interviews. How it's, it's on me. Must shut up and tell Bergeron beat it.
Oshi's definitely one of them, though. I
Oh
love
no,
him as a player.
Oshie! I always respected him. He killed us in the playoffs last year. I think he was a better player. He destroyed us every time he was on the ice. He scored a goal. God damn it! And Backstrom, wherever you are, if Backstrom's listening, you're a prick. I helped that guy in the city, Piva. I got him dinner reservations. Backstrom, if you're out there, I'm glad you only have 3 goals and 97 assists. You make me sick. He was supposed to give me tickets, Piva. He promised me the world, and he just stopped answering his phone. I was his personal assistant. I saw him in the elevator at Laval. I said, Backstrom, what's going on, bro? He's like, oh, you know who I am? I said, yeah, you know Matt Sundin's the best player from your country. He's like, what's going on? He goes, how do you know everyone? I go, bro, you got hair like Steve Sanders. We started talking. He's like, yeah, I work at Laval. You ever need any help? Doesn't the guy Piva call me? I book him dinner at Chibo. Like, I'm his personal assistant. I book him dinner at Gusto. Like, he's like, don't worry, thank you so much, Joey. I called the restaurant, made room for him because I run the city. Make room for him. He goes, I'll give you the game. He was going to give me tickets for Sweden against North America that went to that shootout. If I ever see him, Ralphie Che, sort of Silvio's slap right to the nose. Not his face. I'm going to get all nose Backstrom so you can't blow your nose for a week, at least. Makes me sick. Well, Ralph, we got a banner here the size of your house, okay? It's at least, I swear to God, it's bigger than...
what, 20 by 20?
I did that thing, Peeve, I swear to God. Ralphie Che, it is 20 feet high. Thank God I got windows like the Coliseum in Rome. But, like, this thing, Ralphie Che, is so big. We're going to start doing our shows with our sponsors behind it. We're going to put pictures of you and Piva. We're going to be a triple threat, like the triple play the Blue Jays should have got against Atlanta Hawks, whatever their names are right now. I just had a vodka soda the size of your leg, and I'm a little tipsy right now. Ralphie Che asked Piva, what do you want, Sprite, water? I go, vodka soda. He gave me the nod. Like I was about to throw a fastball right down the middle, Ralph. And I gave it to him, and we are where we are right now. You know, so. Okay, Ralphie Che, I would love to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm going to have to cut your contract by 2 years. I think 9 years was too long for you. You're 37 right now. I think I'm overpaying you. And right now you got the HOSA contract. And I think you got a skin disease, but you don't. But I think you do. So it is what it is right now, Ralph. And I signed you way too long. That was the problem. I got excited. You had a good year last year.
That's a John Ferguson Jr.
100%. Let's sign McCabe for another 6 years at 5.5.
The Jeff Finger, 12 years, $62 million.
Hey, what about the time when I seen JFJ at Stanley Cup Finals in Detroit?
Okay.
Game 7, he was getting money at ATM. I asked him if he needed scratches, took a picture of him, he was laughing. Hey, you're funny, and you're fucking broke.
Who's this, Ralph?
John, I don't know if you remember.
John Ferguson.
To watch Pittsburgh, Detroit, Game 7.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that the game that they won in 2-1?
Yeah, before he made the chest save, like before, at the end of the game.
Yeah, on Lindstrom. That's right.
Lindstrom.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. I seen, first of all, I had sushi with Gary Bettman. We took pictures, and I asked him if he liked soy sauce. He said, yes, please. That was number one. So it was just us. And then I walked to the rink. Guys, I swear to God, I'm like, what's this guy doing here? Is JFJ in line in an ATM? I swear to God, I walk up to him. Carlos Zippi's laughing like, JFJ? He's like, yeah, nice to meet you. Does you recognize me? Like, yeah. I go, you need money? He's like, no, I'm okay. I'm taking at the ATM.
That guy, he probably thought it was a Bitcoin ATM. That guy knew nothing. That guy was so
brain dead.
You know what? But to his defense, and I'm not trying to defend that retard, to his defense, he had to win. He was told by the MLSE that he had to win. He made all those moves. We could have had Tuukka Rask 5 years ago on our team. And
he ruined that team for a decade.
Till Shanahan came in with that hair and changed everything. Guys, I went to the game. Listen to this story, Ralphie Che. I'm at the game. I'm sitting dead center because that's where I like to sit, right? When you got hair like me, you're always dead center. But I was in the last row. I get up. I look to my left. Who's in the box right above me? Lou Lamorelles. Guys, I look him straight and I go, Lamorelles! Ralphie Che, he looks at me, gives me a smile. I go, you want me to come in your box? He looks at me, he's like, gives me the fake. I go, Lamorelle, you're the mafia brother. He was so happy to see me, Alisson, the twins. We called him 14 times with him. He just looked like my Zio. He looked like he was my Zio, and I wanted a gift from him for Christmas. I really felt connected with him. God bless Lamorello for coming to this team. Shanahan needed someone like that, and Babcock is Babcock, but Piva's got a team right now that's pressing us in the Bruins with 52 points right now. I don't know how they're doing it.
They don't let up.
I wonder if they're winning. They were tied 1-1.
I swear to God, Ralph, if Chara comes to Toronto, why don't we Tanya Harding Chara when he comes to the city? We grab a bat right to his knees.
He doesn't age, Joey. The guy guy was a
everyone's saying he's
He's
done.
a Roman Greek god.
That guy doesn't even have to skate. Does he need a face transplant? 100%. But can he play hockey? Oh my God, that guy's so scary. Chara, it's like me winning a fight against Silvio. Like, you just can't beat him. It's impossible, man. Bad back and all, man. Dad, one slap him out. Game's over, guys. Well, good show tonight, Ralph. Thanks for coming on. You know what? I'll extend your contract another year. Don't worry about it. You're still good to go. Hopefully, I see you in an hour. Me and Piva are going to watch highlights till the sun comes up. Thank you for coming on, Piva. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you as always.
I want the three of you going forward. This is episode 20, guys. We got over 20 hours of film right now. I want to do bigger and better things this year. 2018, we're all going to get rich. We're all going to stop working. You know, we're going to pay our mom's bills. And that's the way it's going to go from going forward, guys, you know. And that's all it takes.
I wish. Hey, well, speaking of 2018, who's got better hair, Joey, Piva, or Shannon?
You know what, Ralph? That's a tough one, but since it's my show, I'm going to go with me. Thanks, Ralphie, for coming on tonight, buddy. I love you. You're built like a Greek statue in Santorini. God bless you, buddy. Okay? Later, Bellamio. Later,
Ciao, Ralph.
All right, Piva. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thank you.
Episode 20 in the books. Many more to come. Guys, we're going to start dropping F-bombs. I know I got a lot of sponsors, but they're on board with it. God bless you guys all. Piva, thanks for coming on,
Thank
buddy.
you. That was good, dude.
Not bad,
That's a good one.
Not bad at all.